Question: are you wasting your podcast listeners' time? Is your podcast rife with filler words and, repetitive phrases that might make it harder for the listener to reach your point? Are there unnecessary long pauses between your words or between you and your guest speaking? Do you or your guest go off on tangents that deviate from the relevant topic your listeners are there to learn about? Are your music intro or music interludes longer than they need to be? With some strategic cuts in editing during post-production, you can show your listeners how much you value and appreciate their time they've chosen to invest in tuning into your podcast. Will the few extra minutes it takes to make a strategic cut for the sake of the flow of this episode I want to get published right now be worth it in the long run for this conversation that could live online for decades to come? I think so. For me, the hours I spend editing all my clients' podcast episodes each week is worth every second if it means their listeners are having the best experience I could possibly give them. It's all I can do as an audio engineer to make sure listeners keep coming back each week to hear their podcast. So, how much of your own time will you choose to invest into editing your podcast for the benefit of your listeners?